So here we have the DR650GW-1CH on the Mazda CX-5. You mount it behind the mirror. Really, you won't see much except for a little bit of wire between the headliner and the camera. And the headliner, that power cable just goes along the headliner and then down the A-pillar and then under this rubber trim here. And then to access the fuse box, you need to take off this side door trim here, and also the kick panel, which has a little screw nut right there. That's the screw that you have to take off for the CX-5, and then you can get to this kick panel. So for the fuses we use, the ground is right there. So that's a 10 mil bolt that you need to loosen and get that black ground cable in there. We've mounted the PMP here because it's fairly easy to access, and you can flick the on-off switch and configure the time settings and whatnot. But for the fuses we use, we have the 15 amp for the yellow one, the battery wire. It's the 15 amp rear outlet fuse. So that's the rear cigarette jack on this car. And then for the red wire for ACC, we use the 15 amp front outlet. So we always recommend using a fuse that, if it blows a fuse, worst case scenario, you're not going to be stranded somewhere. We never want to use something that's related to the engine or any safety system, anything like that. On this car, the rear cigarette jack is a constant power one. You can use that one and still use parking mode for the BlackVue cameras. However, if that's the case, you do risk running that battery dry, so that's where the PowerMagic Pro comes in handy. So once we have all this trim back in, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the finished install. So the power cable, everything is tucked back in there. The only little bit of wire you do see is the PowerMagic Pro. And alternatively, you can mount the PowerMagic Pro somewhere behind this panel. This panel here actually opens up. So that's the camera mounted on the car. You'll see the security LED there. You can disable that through the Wi-Fi app.